Uh-huh. You get suplex. Uh-oh. Well, weren't we just talking when we opened this up about the possibility of facing unholy annex and having them not able to gain life? That is now a reality. Well, let's go with the offspring on Paw Patch Recruit. And they'll kill themselves with unholy annex. Oh my god. Well, I think we've cracked the code here. I think we have cracked the code on what Screaming Nemesis was built for. It was built for this deck. Hello everyone. I am Average Zen, and you are part of the Zen community, like it or not. Welcome to Average Zen Presents. Yes, we are starting up a new format this Tuesday, no longer Casual Tuesday. It is now Brewsday. That's right. We are challenging ourselves to come up with original decks for the standard ranked. Maybe for other formats down the line. But if you like what you hear, if you like what you see, take a moment, give us a like, subscribe, comment, follow, all that good stuff. It does help us out. And for all those of you that have already, bring it in the future, the now, the past, Zen community. Big group hugs, everyone. Let us talk about our deck for today. It is a standard best of one build. I'm sure you could throw a sideboard in there if you wanted to. Maybe at some point, if we get enough people commenting for it, I'll start playing best of three. But for now, best of one, it is. Let's jump into it. We are playing Gruul today, but not the landfall that you may be used to. Yes, there are a couple of copies of Tifa in here. You won't find a Bristly Bill in here. What you will find is a lot of self-destruct, so we're calling this one Screaming Destruction because we are running my favorite combo in Standard right now, Screaming Nemesis and Self-Destruct. And the reason I love this is because it is surprise damage out of nowhere. It is great against life gain decks, of which there are a plenty, even mono black, and you shut off the life gain from an Unholy Annex, maybe you have a shot. Let's talk about what this does. Number one, Screaming Nemesis. Haste 3/3. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. So we could aim this at face. We can shut down life gain. We can use it as removal in a pinch. Self-destruct. It says it's an instant, number one, for a red and a colorless. Target creature you control deals X damage to any other target and X damage to itself, where X is its power. So what are we trying to do here? We're trying to make big creatures and fling them with self-destruct. That is the answer. And Screaming Nemesis will see that damage that it deals to itself. And not only, because you see this particular spell doesn't say sacrifice. It deals damage to itself. So it's kind of like a better fling, because if we have a creature like Tifa maybe that has a higher toughness than power, she can actually survive, and we can get in with that trample damage and then self-destruct for the win if we don't manage to pull off something like a big combo turn. You notice we're not running the traditional Titanic growth. Is that it? I believe that's right. Because we're going for like a more long-term game plan. I love Urbrass Forge in here. You see, we're running 4 self-destructs. The tokens, they're going to be sacrificed anyway. We get a Mossborn Hydra down. We get a few Ride the Shoe Puff triggers off of Fabled Passage and Escape Tunnel. Then all of a sudden we have a 10-10 trample, and we can throw down with that, see if they, block it. If they don't get rid of it, we self-destruct. And deal another 10 damage to their face. This deck's got legs to help protect our pieces and keep a big board. We're going with Paw Patch Recruit, Hired Claws, guaranteed damage coming in. They may ignore it when it first goes off, but we can make it bigger. And that's the key. It makes itself bigger, and you can make it bigger. Dreadmaw's Ire to take care of those Agatha's Soul Cauldrons. Yes, it's a +2/+2 instant battle speed, and not as good as Monstrous Rage. However, Does have the upside of when this creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy target artifact that player controls. With all of our trampoline guys, Paw Pat's Recruit, Tifa Lockhart, I don't think Questing Druid has it, but that's mostly there for the card draw. Mossborn Hydra. Screaming Nemesis does not have trample, but a lot of our creatures do, and we can give them, and this gives us trample again. So that's why we're not running 4 of. A lot of our creatures already have trample, so we're focused more on protection, making our board bigger. If we do lose a piece, none of our pieces are bad on their own, and with self-destruct being able to hit that damage out of nowhere, I think we may find ourselves winning a few more games than the traditional average Zen brew. Mana base, of course, we have fetch lands. I'm going with 7 fetch lands and 11 basics, along with a Thornspire Verge and Starting Town if we're in a pinch. Because Shuffler on Arena likes to give us colorless lands, so we're hoping if it's going to flood our hand with colorless lands, at least we can play one of our turn 1s with Starting Town. Let's take it into the queue and see what happens, man. It's a brew. If you are curious about the deck list, you can always hit !deck if you are with us in chat, or hover over. We have the lay overlay. If you're watching later on YouTube, you can check out the video description link below. This is not a bad starting hand with the Starting Town. We have mountains. Starting Town can tap for anything, but we don't need green right now. We have the combo in hand, Self-Destruct, Screaming Nemesis, Hired Claw will scale, and we have a little bit of removal in Burst Lightning or maybe a finisher. We'll see how our opponent decides to disrupt our plans. Well, Azorius, Curious, Surveils to the bottom. Let's go Starting Town. Now that we have the Shoe Puff, I think we need to go ahead and play that. And our opponent will be scratching their head a bit, I think. Hey, Tony Marie, thank you for joining us. Dino Dance around. The Iron Crag, okay. Well, there's only one reason I can think you might play that. And that's an Ugin. And the life gain might be relevant with Ugin. Perilous Snare, wonderful. Yeah. I think we race them. Market Gnome? Interesting. Let's go ba-bam. Fetch that boy up. Let's get a green source here. We don't have that. Alright, and attack on in with a 4/5. Now note, if they do target us, we can, or if they target the Hired Claw, we can respond with Self-Destruct. So we might as well raise its power up. Alright, we're going to hold Self-Destruct and or Burst Lightning up. That's a Glass Casket. We're going to wait for them to choose that. And then we're going to go Self-Destruct and see if they have a response. Counter time. Is it a counter spell? It is a counter spell. Of course they have an answer. We're playing Azorius. They're just going to stall us out until they get to Ugin. So let's make more than one creature. And play our land. And we have some tramplers that are getting bigger. And we're holding up our Burst Lightning. If they target the big one, then we put a counter on the little one. Boom. I like Paw Pat's Recruit in here because of the offspring. Late game, when they're answering you 1 for 1, you can answer them 2 for 1. So even though the mana curve of this deck is very small, I mean, we top out at 3. It's not as easy to put away as you might think. Late game. All right, see, they're gonna target our guy, which means our other guy gets bigger. All right, see, All right, interesting. Now note our guy has trample. All right, so we burst lightning you there. We get through with the trample damage. Our guy doesn't die. Good rabbit. Indeed. And then we hold up self-destruct just in case they target our guy. And keep in mind, we can always animate ride the shoe puff. If we can find a way to do that and cast self-destruct on it after getting in, I think we have this in the bag. That ride the shoe puff, all that animation always gets them. Okay, they're creating a copy of Perilous Snare to get rid of the 3/3. All right, so we're going to surprise them with this. And boom. Oh, this is perfect. Screaming Nemesis, come on down. All right, and they have to hit top deck. A good card here. I've always had it from the get-go. Thousand Moon Smithy. Is this a... I see what's going on here. Do they see? If they block, they die. They blocked. Okay. Well. Good game. I beat the Beatles. I'm sorry, Paul, Ringo. You're the only two left alive. George Harrison. God bless you. And of course, John Lennon. Already dead. we lost the best two, really, when you think about it. Sorry, not sorry. Let's play again. Well, that's the way it is. Nice guy. What is it? Billy Joel. Only the good die young. And assholes live forever. Oh my, yes. We do have Fats lands, but okay. Maybe we'll draw land, and that'll make it worth it to play the ride the shoe puff and then make our Screaming Nemesis really big. Oh, we have an enchantment lover. Okay, let's go ahead and get dangerous. If we don't draw land next turn, that means we don't play shoe puff on the mana curve. The forge here, surprisingly good. Oh my goodness. Look at us go. We will ride the shoe puff. I think they probably had, Shard Mage's Rescue there holding up, so we need to keep that in mind. That's the only one mana spell that I could think they'd be playing in this deck that would hold priority. Okay, here we go. No matter what we do, our land doesn't come into play tapped. So we go ahead and sack this for a red. Yeah, looking at the shoe puff. Yeah, we missed our sequencing up there. You noticed. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Not our fault, dude. Not our fault. Screaming Nemesis, eh? Fetch land, eh? I mean, they're just gonna cast the Sheltered by Ghosts on it anyway. But we got more. We got more in the barrel. Let's go with a green source. And that will enable us to hold up Snakeskin Veil here. And let's just swing in. Because they're going to go for the Sheltered by Ghosts on one of the scavengers, right? And then we, Snakeskin Veil. That takes us down to 11 next turn. Alright, they get the Gremlin Tamer in. I hadn't thought about Brotherhood's End in this deck. Alright, we let them choose the Nemesis. Let's let them distribute the counters before we choose the Snakeskin Veil. We don't want them to know that we're growing the board even more, and that they will not actually be able to get rid of it this turn. Oh, yes. Alright, check it out. We have another Screaming Nemesis. And there we go. And you know, I think we get in for 6. And that evens us up. And they definitely don't attack into the held back Screaming Nemesis. Probably try to get rid of it. We Snakeskin Veil it, and then they're in a pickle. Well, what say you over there, Berserker? Berserker. I feel a rage coming up in Berserker. Oh, Steady Horizon, thank you for joining us. Good luck. I think we're okay. But we'll save that luck for later. Just in case. And we'll target the Screaming Nemesis. Alright, and we'll play it in Rebrest Forge. And we'll play another Screaming Nemesis. We have achieved Screaming Nemesis Tribal. I'm sure they have a board wipe. But at this point, I think we're good. Entity Tracker. Okay, you have a 2/3. Shard Mage's Rescue. Gonna let you buff your team up. Let's see if we did this right. I wasn't counting on the Entity Tracker. I pretty much knew about the Shard Mage's Rescue. Here's the thing, though. They can't afford to block. They're going to take all that damage. That's 3, 4, and this is a 5, 5. That's 9. That's lethal. That is lethal damage. Boom. And boom. And this isn't a fluke. This is what our deck is designed to do. To deal extra damage out of nowhere. With the if it wasn't all 3 Screaming Nemesis there, it would have been a Self-Destruct. You know, it would have been a big Mossborn Hydra. It would have been a big Paw Patch Recruit with Self-Destruct. Let's do it again. Oh, Steady Horizon says, is that the Clark song, Deep at Night, by Jules Skinner and Martin Randall? You know, I don't think so, because this is a royalty-free song, so if it was in the movie, maybe, are you joking? Oh, I don't get the joke. You're going to have to explain it to me. I am a blonde, although you cannot tell at the moment. You know what? We'll do this. Alright, let's go with a Thorn Spire Verge. That is unfortunate for our mana curve out here. The Paw Patch Recruit. Ooh, here's a bat. Okay. Grixis Bat. Interesting. Oh, but we have the Atroxis Fall for the bat. Which is fine. It is a sorcery, however. So let's get that back. And keep them from gaining life. They already see the Screaming Nemesis, so that won't be a surprise. Steady Horizon says, when I joined, you were singing the word Berserker. Oh, yeah. Like the Russian guy. Yes, I was quoting from that. There's a little bit of a lag, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and get in with Screaming Nemesis. ways from having a demon, I think. You get suplex. Uh-oh. Well, weren't we just talking when we opened this up about the possibility of facing unholy annex and having them not able to gain life? That is now a reality. Well, let's go with the offspring on Paw Patch Recruit. And they'll kill themselves with unholy annex. Oh my god. Well, I think we've cracked the code here. I think we have cracked the code on what Screaming Nemesis was built for. It was built for this deck. My goodness. Well, let's do it again. All right, let's keep our calm. Let's keep our zen, guys. Deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Don't get too giddy. That's when we make mistakes. We gotta stay in the zone. All right, we have Ride the Shoe Puff. We have Screaming Nemesis, Hired Claw, turn 1. Excellent. All right, Hired Claw. Up against Azorius again? Suspicious. Alright, let's go and get in with our damage. No matter what, because we have the Snakeskin Veil. Get lost? No. Man, I like the Dreadmire's Awe here. The chances of this being an artifact deck seem pretty high at the moment. Alright, let's go Ride the Shoe Puff. Play our land for turn. Hold up Snakeskin Veil again. And got him down to 13. With just the Hired Claw. Holding up mana, are we, Blue Mage? Control players. Alright, here is where we swing in with the Hired Claw. Deal a damage. They say surely they don't have it, right? Well, let's go with the Overprotect, actually. That seems good. Alright, got him down to 6. In turn, we are representing lethal. Next turn. I don't know if they know it or not. Alright, they're stocking up. On 3 mana, we are representing lethal. Speaking of, it'd be nice to get a Ride the Shoe Puff trigger here more than once. And we can get a surprise 3 damage easily. I think... yeah, let's go for it. Screaming Nemesis must be answered. They're going to take 1 damage here. And ba-boom. That's done. It's gone. Screaming destruction. Death. It surrounds us. My goodness. I am having fun with this one. Not your average red aggro deck. It's got tricks. We got moves. Moves like Jagger, as they used to say. Alright, up against Guillermo Termo. It's like Guillermo del Toro, but they couldn't get all that. Oh, okay. This hand, on the other hand, This is iffy. Well, let's keep it. Just, why do I do this to myself? Well, because if we get one land, we're good, I think. Up against Rakdos. Uh-oh. We don't have many ways to deal with an Atali in the graveyard. Let's go ahead and grab a red source. And we'll go... what? Yeah, this might be a matchup where we are not favored. Towards the tower into the graveyard. Duress us. Well, that's going to get the Dreadmaw's Ire or the Self-Destruct. Probably the Self-Destruct. I don't think they're worried about the Dreadmaw's Ire. Very good, sir. Let's go starting down and hope we draw an untapped land. Tersa, gonna let them discard another bomb, no doubt, and draw into their Zombify. Nope, okay, they're looking for the Zombify. They have the land. They have the land, still looking for the Zombify, you say. Well, let's get in for some damage. We got Hasty Boys too. Alright, do they have it? Or are they gonna have to kill the Screaming Nemesis? We have Screaming Nemesis number 2. They know about that. Let's go Mossborn Hydra. They know about that. They also know about the Fabled Passage. We need to know what they deal with here first. If they kill the Hydra. Yes, okay, wonderful. That is good for us, actually, because that means we can now grab this red source and attack in with Screaming Nemesis, buff it up, so we can race them here. Alright, down to 12. And they have the Zombify. They have it. And they get an Atraxa. But we have Atraxa's Fall. Oh, it's on flavor. We even have a flavor matchup here. We have Atraxa's Fall. And they get a Valgavoth, a land, and an Abrade. And they cannot cast the Abrade. Interesting. Alright, what's this? Atraxa's Fall on Atraxa. We cast Atraxa's Fall on Atraxa. And now they are waiting for Valgavoth mana. That's 9. They're at 6. Oh no, they drew an Overlord. Oh, this is terrible. This is bad for us. Alright, they get a Tersa back? Okay. They can recast Atali. Okay. Well, we have a Screaming Nemesis. And we cannot attack in with both. But we can keep them from gaining life if they block here. Or we blow up the Tersa. They have another Tersa in hand. I think it's important that we stop them from gaining life and put them to 4. They don't know about the Forge. Oh, that's game. Unless we kill the Tersa and then what? They went to combat already? Yeah, they just recast Tersa. It's got haste. Okay. I said I wasn't sure about this game. We made it further than I thought we would. Even with the Zombify. The Atraxa's Fall on the Atraxa. Chef's kiss. Oh man, we were this close. If they had not had the bat and made us discard the Self-Destruct. Wait, no. Oh, no, the Duress. If they had not had the Duress and made us discard the Self-Destruct, I think we win that one. Alright, let's do it. Let's go in there and face Fartcoin. Oh, a fellow crypto enthusiast, I'm sure. No, this hand does not work. Okay, we'll do this. What do we hit? Overprotect can go. Let's go. tough, but we're going to go starting town, Paw Patch Recruit, and see if they have the cut down. If they do, that's unfortunate. And they immediately anoint with Affliction. Okay. Well, how about Tifa Lockhart? How do you feel about that? That's almost certainly going to draw their ire, isn't it? Unstoppable Slasher. Alright, well, let's go with... I think we get in with the Screaming Nemesis. Yep. Would you like to play a game? I'm calling your bluff. I don't think you have the Bloodletter of Aclazotz in hand. And removal. Or the... Then I think they have an Unholy Annex. And they don't want to lose the ability to gain that life. And what are they going to value more? Tifa as 1-2 or Screaming Nemesis is a 3-3. The ability to stop their Unstoppable Slasher. Karsi Revenant. Okay. Well, we block with Tifa. And we play the land. We go... Here's the deal. I think the answer is... we attack in with the Screaming Nemesis. They take the damage. We self-destruct on the Screaming Nemesis on their face. We deal the 3 damage to the Karsi to their face. And that was probably the wrong move. Oh man, maybe we should have done the self-destruct to the Karsi Revenant, because now they do have the Bloodletter. Okay. We were so close. That close. I think I played that wrong. I definitely did. I didn't think they were going to top deck the Bloodletter, because there's no way they play the Karsi Revenant. Unless they missed the land drop. Maybe I missed that. I was too busy trying to figure out what we were going to do. I don't think the deck failed us. I think I did. It begins Juso, the Virtuous. Alright, opponent's on the play. I think at this point we're due a turn on the play ourselves. We do have a higher claw though. We'll keep it. Alright, up against white. Screaming Nemesis might be relevant. Skrull's Hive. I don't like that. It's an enchantment, right? Oh man, we don't have any way to deal with enchantments. Let's talk about green. Alright, we're racing. Let's go ahead and activate Higher Claw. Oh, okay, we're Orzhov Poison. Oh, this is the... Okay, I see. Yeah, we don't have many ways to deal with this. Other than just flat out, we're coming at you, bro. We race them. Down to 10. Alright, they have a Marauding Blight Priest. We definitely have to get rid of that. Alright, so let's go with another red source here. Screaming Nemesis number 2. And full swing. If they don't block, I think that we have them. They blocked the 2-3. Okay, well, we wanted to kill that anyway. And that's game. Yes, nicely done. I don't know what the poison tokens were. They're probably doing like a Marauding Blight Priest, Bloodthirsty Conqueror combo there. I have not seen that in Standard in a while. Well, let's play it again, Sam. Very fun. I don't like it. Only got tricks. Alright, up against Eris Lynn, the Initiate with the Istola. Well, we go first. We got the Hired Claw. We got some fetch lands. I think this means we go with the Paw Pads Recruit on Offspring mode. I like the Questing Druid here for a card draw. That's incentive to play the Burst Lightning after. Infestation Sage. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and crack this for a green. Attack in, get our damage in, see if they block. Is this a Sephiroth deck? That's what it smells like. I think it is. I think we take our beats here. We'll wait for them to sacrifice it themselves. Voice of Victory, on the other hand, that needs to go. Alright, well, let's talk about... Curious. Let's exile the top two. Okay, well... That's unfortunate. Well, let's go with a green source? No, a red source. And no attacks. We'll be able to block the tokens anyway. Yeah, we needed a land anyway. That's unfortunate that we hit the Screaming Nemesis. Alright, they got a Vengeful Blood Witch, and that's bad news as well. That also needs to die. Okay, alright, now we're in business. Let's go green, Paw Pads Recruit, Offspring. Kill the Vengeful Blood Witch. And let's get in with the Hired Claw and stop this life gain nonsense. Alright, no blocks from the Infestation Sage. Are they missing land drops here? Oh, there it is. Okay, they gotta find their land now. Yeah, nesting bot. Oh yeah. I think they're just digging for Sephiroth here. Another nesting bot. My goodness. Okay, well, here's the deal. Let's go Questing Druid. Attack with the Hired Claw. See if they block with the Voice of Victory. Well, they block with the Nesting Bot. I'm okay with that. Let's do this. Raise the power up. That way our Hired Claw doesn't die. We 2-for-1 them. Okay, Bartholomew's a problem. Okay, how do we deal with this? I think we go Hired Claw attack in. We got a bunch of landfalls, and we are also missing land drops. Oh, come on, come on. Give us a break here, Shuffler. We need another land in our hands so we can play Mossborn Hydra. I guess we go Mossborn Hydra anyway. And hold up to Burst Lightning. Because Questing Druid can give it a counter. There's Sephiroth. We knew they were coming down. Alright, come on. I cannot believe that we exiled the Screaming Nemesis for this matchup. We would have been in like Flynn. Let's go with... you know... Was it trigger... Okay, so it's only on attack. And this can get +1/+1. They're probably not going to sacrifice. We can't cast anything on their turn. I think we go no blocks. I think we can catch them out of nowhere. They only gain the life when something dies. This is terrible. Okay, well, we have a land. Alright, we have the Burst Lightning. We Burst Lightning on Bartholomew, forced him to sack everything. And they let it die. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see if we can surprise them. Let's go full swing. And how do they block? That is the question. They have one black mana up. Alright, that's a 2/1. They don't block with Sephiroth. How do we respond? I think we go cast Self-Destruct on I guess we cast Self-Destruct on the Hired Claw? No. The Questing Druid to Sephiroth. Alright, we got him down to 13, and we have a blocker for one of the Voice of Victories. We took care of Sephiroth. Do they have another Sephiroth? Sheltered by Ghosts. We don't like that. I think that means we die. Well, okay. We need a miracle here. A Mossborn Hydra is not it. God. Okay. We gotta stay alive. If they have removal here, we're dead in the water. Oh, they have a Bartholomew. Yeah, if they get in now, we can't. This is rough. Yeah, I was fixing to say they have to attack. Because we can't, if we double block Voice of Vic, no matter what, we're dead. You see? Yeah, we can go 1 for 1 here. 1 there. And then block here. Yeah, okay, we're at 1. And they go back up to 17. Oh my goodness, we need some help. That is not it. That is not it. That is the wrong time, Fabled Passage. Our sequencing on this one just got all messed up. Yep, we're dead. Good show, Shuffler. Good show. Oh, that fizzled out. We needed more of something. I don't know what we needed there. We needed a way to deal with Sephiroth earlier, before they drained us of all that life. Well, let's try it again. I mean, the self-sacrifice decks are going to be hard for us to deal with without a board wipe. And even then, they just respond at instant speed. Okay. And this is not bad. We're finally on the play. We can hold up a Burst Lightning into Ride the Shoe Puff into Mossborn Hydra. Oh, we got a Scamp. Well, let's get rid of that. That will become a problem. Alright, Ride. Oh no, what have I done? Fleeting Effigy. Oh man, I meant to play the Forest last turn. It's all good, all is forgiven. How about a Paw Patch Recruit with Offspring? And then we Mossborn Hydra next turn, followed by a Forest? Or do we go Ride the Shoe Puff? Burst Lightning on a guy, that makes our other guy bigger. What? Dire Flail? I'm okay with it. And they exile a Devoted Duelist. Okay, we go Mossborn Hydra. Land. And they probably have another burn spell, don't they? Yeah, they gotta contemplate, do we kill the Mossborn Hydra or do we do our thing? Maybe they can do both. They got the Fleeting Effigy. The Duelist. Oh, Swift Spear it up. Alright, we really need to hit a land drop next turn. No blocks. Down to 13. That's a Screaming Nemesis. Not exactly what we wanted. We will, in fact, attack in with the Mossborn Hydra and hold back the Screaming Nemesis. And now we get to destroy the Flail. Yes. Who knew Dreadmaw's Ire are still relevant? Oh, they have another one. What? Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Oh yeah, you gonna attack in? I'm fine with it. That's an instant block. Because we will outscale them here in a second if we can just hit a land drop. I think we go 4 to the face. And there we go. Alright, Mossborn Hydra time. Yep, there we go. We need another blocker. There's another guy there. Ride the Shoe Puff. And no attacks. We are at 8. Phoenix Chick. Well, we're taking 3, huh? I mean, it can't block anyway. All right, it's a race. Well, of course, we did not hit our land drop. Why would we? It's just a landfall deck. Well, let's get in for 4. We have to keep the pressure on. We won't be gaining any life. If we can manage to top deck our 4 of Self-Destruct, maybe we have a shot here. All right, well, we block the effigy there, block with Tifa there. I mean, we're fine with that. And there we go. All right, the shoe buff on Tifa. Oh, that was it. That was what we needed to hit. And the land right there. Man, oh man, it feels good. Feels good. All right, let's get it. One more. Come on, we can do one more. Up against Mega Xerox. Zero X Hero. Alright, we're on the play. We got the Paw Pass Recruit, but we're gonna have to use the starting town. Okay. That's not bad though. We can do this. Okay, starting town, Paw Pass Recruit. If we didn't have the Screaming Nemesis, I might be tempted to hold that off for the offspring. Is it immediately burned down? It's gotta be, right? Yeah, burst lightning. Alright then. Well, we did a thing. Let's go mountain. Pass the turn. Plenty of lands in this hand. Coruscation Mage, okay. Well, let's go Screaming Nemesis. Attack in. Alright, we take 2. And they Rebellious Strike. Okay. Okay. Alright, Mossborn Hydra number 1. And let's go Thornspire Verge. And attack in for 3. Yep, gotta get rid of that. And they attack in. All according to plans so far. Alright, Mossborn Hydra number 2. Fabled Passage. Grab a red source. And attack in for 3. They are getting seriously boned on lands over there. We have not ramped at all. I don't feel bad, though. They have been killing all of our stuff. Okay, well, we block with the 4/4. And then they have what? Not on the... I mean, I don't know why you would do that. Double strike. Okay, I mean, it's still dead. I'm fine with it. Alright, Thornspire Verge, get in there for 3. Maybe we hit a fetch land next turn. Dreadmire's kind of a non-bow with Tifa because it has to be cast on the attack step, which of course you can't. I mean, I guess you could play a fetch land. Oh no, we gain life. I don't want... Oh, come on, with the lands already. Alright then. They're getting no lands, we're getting all lands. Coruscation Mage, okay. And a Bolt Wave. Oh, are you serious? Okay, I think we can hold off on lands for now. We'll see if they block. I doubt it. They do, in fact, block. Alright. Alright, well, I think that's game. I could be wrong. I probably am. I mean, they're at 3. They deal 4 damage to us and then Bolt Wave us. Oh my goodness. Of course. No, man. We just couldn't. If we hadn't drawn land after land after land, we definitely win there. We just needed to put on a little bit more pressure. I'm happy with this deck's performance, so it's a lot of fun. I hope you try it out. That's going to do it for this Brewsday and Screaming Nemesis Destruction Edition. As always, love one another, be cool, don't be a jerk, have fun playing Magic the Gathering.